Okay, we're live. Okay, so hello. How are you? I'm gonna do butterfly sweep and a double under variation. So put me in your guard. So back up a bit. I'll make sure. Okay. So I'm gonna always check my hips. Right? Checking the hips, seeing where you're going. Now we got an equator line here. Right here, just imagine. Right here there's a line. So if you look, it's like right on the top, in the center here. This here is dangerous. This here is safe. Now, with that being said, if one is on the inside of the equator and one is on the outside, that's dangerous. Okay? That means I'm going to be set up for this arm to be attacked. Same with this way, this arm's going to be attacked. So I go into this pass knowing that information, predicting the reactions of the person to whom I am fighting with. So I'm going to put my arm purposefully in the equator in the hopes that they will then move their leg in order to just go over for triangle, to go over for like a triangle, or come in for, put your other leg on my shoulder, for arm bar, right? That's why it's dangerous. But I know that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this side for the camera. So I'm going to flap your guard up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the inside. She's going to lift her leg up in order to try and get me across. But what I'm going to do then is I need to prevent this leg from coming up. So I'm going to drop my forearm on that leg. Now she can't attack this arm. By doing that, you can also see now I'm in what is the inner equator, right? Now, in this situation, there's a secondary equator here. If my elbow is here, I'm in danger. If my elbow is here, I'm safe. So that's where my elbow is right now. I'm past that danger equator. If I'm here, I can still run the risk of getting choked with a triangle or attacked with an armbar. If my elbow is here, I'm ultimately safe. So I want to keep my elbow here, and I'm going to keep my hand right here on the hip. This little pocket right here. And that's just to check it. I've got my knee back in the tailbone right here, so now I know where her hips are going to be. And now this hand here is going to go across, and I've got the knee really high up on my shoulder, so I can get this really tight on her hips. Now what I'm going to do is drop my elbow a little bit, and just grip here. I got my hand putting a lot of pressure on the lower leg here, and I've got my hand just vice gripping the leg on the top. Now I'm here and she can't move, and I only need to keep her here for like a fraction of a second, because what I'm going to do is if she's scrambling really hard at this point, I'm going to suck this in into the moment to which she stops. She's not going to do it for very long. It's very tiring and demoralizing when you realize you can't move. Once they stop, I'm then going to take this hand, put it back on the floor right here, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to look that way. As I throw my shoulder over, I'm going to use my arm to kind of allow that to go over, right? As I do that, take my left leg and start walking across. Now, I'm going to grab, as I'm doing it, I'm just going to hug this leg, putting my chest on her hip, walking across, till finally it's safe for me to get across, put it back here, and start pulling her back and spreading it out. So that's the slowed down version of how we do this pass step by step. It's a very sneaky pass. I really like it. I use it a lot. So people can't resist going for the attack because it's there. A lot of people can then maintain this grip, but it's the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing, except this point, instead of just leaving my elbow in the equator, I'm going to slightly bring this over. They can feel that. There's a difference between my elbow being on the inside here and on the outside here. This person who's into the guard can feel that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this knee here, just put it just slightly on their butt cheek, as I pull my way back, pushing down on the leg here. That's going to open the guard and allow me the space here to get my hand underneath and slide it across. Now as I'm sliding it across, I'm trying to get really high. I'm going to get really low, get this leg really high on my shoulder So then I can cut in right here on the hip, vice grip to control. Once they're stopped, I'm going to flare my elbows as I throw my shoulder across, gripping this leg to hold it there as I crawl through and pass here. So that's it in slow motion. So we'll do it real quick. So that's what we'll look fast. All right, so that's what we're looking for. So that's the pass. Now, butterfly sweep. So it's really basic, standard. I have a few slight variations. So it's not entirely traditional. This is ways that work for me. So to me, I'm going to be in what the instructor Richie Yip likes to call the beach pose. I also like that, kind of chilling. I got my arm back here. This leg is going to be flat, and this leg is going to be the one that lifts. So I'm going to grab her here, and I'm going to throw to this side. As I do that, her weight's going to be off of her leg, and I'm going to kick the leg up and over. So that's how you do it. I'm also going to try, instead of grabbing with this hand, grab this hand, and as I do, as I fall into my elbow, and then kick it across. There's also another gripping variation. If I want to grab here, just grab here, disregard the arms. As I pull, kick, just to get that weight off of their legs. So obviously I'll be following through as they get swept. So I'm going to keep my leg here, and it doesn't really matter where I keep this leg. I just need it as a stability to base my kick off of. This is like my foundation of the sweep. So I'm going to come in, get my hook nice and deep, I kick my leg up. So here, grab her this way. I could even grab her this way if I want and control this shoulder. If I control this shoulder, put it onto my leg. It works the same. So it all depends on what grip you get. Once you get that grip, you can get the sweep. It doesn't matter which one you grab. So, space here. Say for example, I'm here, and she puts her arms away from me, I grab this, going out. I'm going to get that sweep. It's the same exact thing over and over again. So, is that clear, you think? Okay, I'll show you my slight variation. The way I do this is kind of like a modified bump sweep, scissor sweep. So, scissor sweep, just so you know. You're here. I'm going to have a diagonal, you can see my foot here is curled on the hip, and my knees towards the shoulder here. This leg is not going to be on the ground. I'm going to control both arms. I don't really have to. Control one, control the other. I need to have some sort of control, but it's not really important because this is such a fast sweep as well. I'm just going to check this leg here, and I'm going to kick similar to the butterfly sweep. I'm just going to pull onto my leg as I swip, and then I swip over. Okay? So that's just a scissor sweep. We should all know how to do that. What I'm going to do is combine the butterfly and the scissor sweep to what I like to call the Tyler sweep. So same thing. I grip any way I want. What I'm going to do is just hook high up on this leg. Instead of traditionally, I'll hook this leg here. I'm going to hook this leg, put this leg out. As you can see, butterfly, scissor, the combo is right here. So I'm going to reach up, and as I do, I'm going to scissor this leg in, as opposed to the scissor sweep where I just keep this stationary. I'm actually going to use this to sweep as I lift. So I'm going to grab here, pull them onto my leg. As I sweep the leg under, I lift them across. So that's a sweep I use a lot. In real time, it would just look like this. So, pretty much it. Anything else? All right, cool. Keep it real, guys.